All right. Interview 4 of 4 this week. It's been a busy week, but it's been a fun week of chatting with a lot of bands. It's right with QLZ. We're talking to Emelle and we're talking to Justin. You are both part of Eternal Frequency, and you're the second Pennsylvania band I've interviewed this week. So talk to the guys in Another Day Dawns on Tuesday, and
Wow.
Right on.
That's
going back to
awesome.
Pennsylvania. So how are you both doing?
We're doing good.
How are you doing?
I'm great. I told you, it's waking up at 4:30 in the morning now for morning. So this is kind of like the end of the day for me, where it's everything important is done. And now I can have fun and talk to bands. So it's great.
Are you a coffee drinker? Do you at least like have some caffeine in you?
I do. I don't drink coffee.
Wow.
What?
I've never gotten into it. So usually, like the G Fuel that's big among like gamers, things like that.
Yeah.
That's usually what I drink in the morning, and then it sticks around with me long enough. So when I go to the gym, I'm still like hyped up to go to the gym.
Oh my God. What time do you get to the gym by the end of your day?
Usually 2:15.
Okay. That's not too bad.
No, I had to completely redo that too. I used to be the guy that went into work at 9 o'clock in the morning, went to the gym at 7. And it's like, okay, now I got to figure out how to work an entire day and then hit up the gym. So
Right. It's better that you're going at 2 o'clock now anyway. It's less busy depending on what gym you're going to. So
yeah.
It definitely works out that way.
Yeah, there's usually less bros there too, so it all works out. So you both have a brand new single out. It's called "Running from Ghosts." It's a song that I really enjoy. "Parasite's" a song I played in the past before on the other station I was on in Wisconsin, so I'm a little bit familiar.
I didn't know that.
I know on social media you're all teasing kind of this new era. It's a new era for the band. There's a new logo, a new color. You've got a new hair color as well. So what does kind of a new era look like for you?
You're very detail oriented. You pay attention. I appreciate that. Yeah. So we got a new drummer. His name's Ryan. New music. Festival opportunities, stuff like that, and yeah, just a bigger and better Eternal Frequency in the end.
Awesome. And I know you guys have put out like a trio of videos that all kind of tell a story. Before we dive into all that too, "Running from Ghosts" again is the new single. What do you both want to share about it? I know you've put out there that it's kind of the most personal song you've put out there so far. So I guess kind of what do you want to share about the song, and why was this a good time maybe for the band for you to kind of share something, very personal?
It's definitely the most personal for me because I wrote it about a strained relationship with my dad after my mom passed away. So that's kind of what it's about. And yeah, it felt like the right time to put it out into the world. It was very cathartic. I was holding a lot of things back, and I didn't feel like I could truly heal until I wrote the song and for everyone to hear it. So that's basically my story at the end of it. Justin wrote the instrumental for it, and he and I are in a relationship together too. We're not only just bandmates, but we're together as well. So he has seen everything that I've gone through in the past couple of years since my mom passed and everything with my dad. So he did the little screamy part in the bridge, and that was all from him. That was his feelings about the situation. So
yeah, I had some stuff to say.
Is it really just kind of a freeing feeling to kind of get that out there? Again, I'm sure for most artists, when you share something that's that personal to you, and it's relatable for a lot of people as well. So I'm sure listeners love hearing that, fans love hearing that. But do you feel like a lot of weight's been lifted off since this song's been out now?
Yeah, absolutely. It just feels so good to get it out there. And I always think about if he hears the song and like what he's thinking about it, and if he hears it and realizes the error of his ways. So there's always that. And I was really shocked by the amount of people that came forward to me to tell me how much they relate to the song, how they've had issues with their parents and stuff like that, or their fathers. And it broke my heart too, because I didn't realize how many people have gone through such a similar situation that I have.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those feelings like, you have friends that go through certain things, and then or like I'm a big Pat McAfee fan. So Pat and his wife went through something, and then all of a sudden like people are like, I never realized, how common some things we go through and the people that relate to it. So I think when you look back on it, it's like, we're kind of glad that we did this and put this out there. Again, it's a song that we're going to get the artist spotlight coming up on Tuesday. So April 4th, excited to play it. I mentioned you two. Yep. You two are in a relationship. So there's a lot of bands out there that I've talked to as well, where it's, hey, we're in a relationship. Some are married, some are engaged, some are boyfriend, girlfriend. Like, what's the support like to be able to play in a band? Because obviously it's something that people are like, do you really want to do a band? Do you feel like, this is something what you want to do with your life, but you're together with this, you have that built-in support system. So what's it like to be in a band together and share this life?
Oh man. It honestly, it's not what everybody would think it would be. I know it's like almost taboo, and I know like once upon a time, the rock scene, it was like the Coyote Ugly motto, to where it's like always appear available but never be available. I feel like those days are done now, to where there's a lot more honesty in the world, and that's why we really don't view it as too much of an issue. And as far as our personal relationship goes, honestly, it does wonders for our relationship, because one, it gives us something to talk about all the time.
Yeah, true. Sometimes too much.
But two, I'm sure like almost any musician can relate to this, to where if you're dating someone who's not a musician, and being a musician, I mean, it consumes 98% of your life, and that other 2% you have to give to everybody you love, and then some, and those percentages just don't add up. So with us, it's never hey, how was your day? And then we go on talking about our gig. We're both simultaneously talking about it. So we're not annoying somebody who really doesn't know anything about that world,
Yeah.
So it's actually really nice.
Yeah, you see it so much in the rock world nowadays, like Hailstorm, Lizzie and Joe, Skillet, Spirit Box. I think they're in the same band together.
Yep.
So
Her husband's a guitarist. Yeah.
Like Justin said, it used to be such a taboo thing, but it's really not anymore. It's made us stronger as a couple, and we work really well together. We're best friends. We're great bandmates together, and we know how to separate the relationship from the work aspect of the band too. So
yeah, I don't care if guys think she's hot. She is. That's a lot. I think it's a compliment.
Oh shucks. Now I'm blushing.
No, it's awesome. Like you said, I think as long as you know how to work really well together and make it work, hey, that's your life. Everybody, do what you want with it. So you guys put out a string of videos. Like, it was very much almost like your own mini action movie with War, with AI, with Step Up. There's no music video out for Running from Ghost just yet. So do you guys want to put a music video out there for this? Do you want to have it be kind of on that creative level, or what are you looking to do potentially?
Yeah, we're working on a music video for it. We're planning on shooting it here soon, within the next few weeks. Release date to be announced, obviously, but it's going to be very different from what we call the Step Up trilogy. That was very like futuristic, Blade Runner meets Fifth Element style stuff. This is going to be very like black and white, very like stripped down, raw. That's basically it.
Yeah, our next songs that are coming through the pipeline, I don't know maybe it's because we're getting older. I don't know. But it seems like now we just have a lot more stuff to say. And so it's all kind of like oozing out of us right now. And honestly, they're memories. So I view memories in sepia and black and white. So it's just like, that's kind of what these are. They're reiterations of our pain and our memories and stuff like that. So you don't really need a whole bunch of CGI to do that. So
yeah.
No, and I think with how personal the song is as well, and the idea for this is very fitting. You mentioned you guys have some more songs on the way. You've had a bunch of singles out in 2022, even going back to Parasite, which I believe was 2019. I believe that was pre-COVID. I know it's a song we played on my last station. Do you guys want to have an album out or EP, or what do you want to do? I know you've done the singles game for a while, and obviously the industry is so much different than what it was 15 years ago. I don't think there's a wrong way to go about how you want to release your music. Do you want to put all these songs on an album together, or kind of what's the outlook on that?
I'm glad you brought that up. We get that question a lot, actually, and I'm glad you mentioned, how the industry isn't the same anymore, whereas you could put out an album and people would have to buy the whole album and they would listen to it front to back. Now people can pick and choose what they want to listen to, and not all the songs are going to get the same amount of love. We want to put out an album eventually. It's difficult as an independent band to, especially when you don't have a backing, when you're paying for everything yourself. It's very difficult to make a full album and to give it the love and the attention that it deserves, because we would want to make it like the most immaculate album possible. But when you're funding it yourself, it's not always easy. We've come to realize with just releasing singles for the time being, you gain more traction that way.
Yeah.
People also in this day and age, as you said, with the industry changing, people have a short attention span where they can only pay attention to one thing at a time. So releasing single and music video, then single and music video, it keeps your momentum going and it gives something fresh and new every single time. We had an idea with taking all of our songs now, because obviously we don't have anything on a physical CD. We thought about taking all of our songs that we've done, probably Parasite and till now, putting it on a physical disc, just so people have something to get at like live shows and stuff like that. But in terms of a brand new album, probably not for a while, honestly.
Okay. Because I still have a CD player in my car. So like I still buy
CDs too. I totally get it. I love CDs.
If we were gonna release a CD, it'd probably be called a greatest hits.
Okay. No, I love that, because like I still buy. I'm 36, so as a kid, as a high schooler, every Friday or I think it was like Suncoast was one of the stores that we had, and then you can
Suncoast Video. Oh my god, I love the store.
And it's like love going in. Like there's where I'm from in Ohio originally. There's it's not just a record shop, but they've got kind of everything there. It's video games, some vinyl, movies, and then they've got just a little big spot for CDs, and they don't shy away from having rock and metal on there too. So like when I went home back in November, my parents were like, "Where do you want to go?" And I'm like, let's go to the Exchange, because I want to buy a bunch of albums.
Oh, so, wow. Where in Ohio is that?
So around Cedar Point. Do you know Sandusky?
Sandusky. We got to go there.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. I'm actually from Kent, Ohio. And so, yeah. And so like we had a place like that as well. And I'm actually right around your age as well. So I feel like you and I were probably skating in our Jinkos, like on the side, not even knowing each other at the same time.
Wearing Echo t-shirts and everything else.
Oh.
Wow.
So no, that's awesome. Well, you're a fellow Ohioan. That's awesome. I love it. So you guys, again, you've got more music on the way, more videos on the way. You have Blue Ridge Rock Festival coming up too, which I know is not far from you guys over in Virginia. It's a huge opportunity for your band. And it was cool a couple of years ago when I did this Artist Spotlight feature when I was in Wisconsin. And the first year it came back following COVID, I'm looking and I'm like, holy crap, I know like 40 of the opening bands that are on here because they've been on the Artist Spotlight and whatnot. So I always look every single year to see who's on there and be like, oh, I've interviewed them. I've done this. It's really cool. So how excited are both of you and the entire band to get out to what is pretty much the biggest festival in the U.S.?
I don't think it's hit any of us yet. It's still very surreal.
It hits every night in the middle of the night, and then I start crying here. It's terrifying, but it's the dream.
Yeah,
it's exactly what we do this for. So we're honored.
Yeah, and we are, like you said, it's close by, which helps. We played Rocklahoma last year, or it was this year? Last year. We played Rocklahoma last year. And that was a 22-hour drive for us. So like 40 something hours total driving. But that was sensational too. That was like 7,000 to 10,000 people that we played in front of. And now Blue Ridge, it's going to be like double, triple that. And I have no words for it yet. Once I get on stage and really like realize that like, holy shit, I'm here, then it's gonna hit me really hard.
No pressure at all. Just don't screw up.
No pressure.
I'm sure you'll all do amazing. That's a cool thing. I'm glad you guys are getting to play that. Like I said, there's a lot of bands I've done interviews with and getting to see them out there. It's like this is such a a cool thing of how they bring a lot of up and coming bands out there, a lot of independents.
Yeah, I have mad respect for Blue Ridge, just with the way that they do things with the local bands. They really give them a shot. They let everyone shine. Nothing's like, there's no competitions involved. There's no like, you know, putting bands against bands and just like creating like feuds and stuff like that. You apply and everyone gets a fair shot, and it's just the right way to do it. And they really, really respect the up and coming bands. And I love it so much.
Yeah, it's cool. I love the fact that they do that. So you guys mentioned being in a car for 40 some hours, you know, to Rocklahoma. It's the question I was asking people my last gig, because I was curious and I like getting people's opinions on this. Where are your favorite spots to stop on the road when you're touring, when you're out there? Where do you guys like to stop? Who's maybe like, okay, this person has this place, the bathroom is always clean, or there's always something I can grab in here and go. So where do you guys like to stop on the road?
Me personally, I'm like a 5-year-old. So when we're traveling and we stop at a come and go, I laugh really hard.
I can't top that, but I love Pilot because, like you said, their bathrooms are incredibly clean, and they 9 times out of 10 they have a Subway in there too, and that's
true.
What we're always craving on the road. So
awesome, I love it. The first time I saw it come and go, I've got some family out in Colorado, and flew out there a couple of years ago, and my cousin picked me up, and she's like, "All right, Ryan, you know, when you see these gas stations," she's like, "you're gonna be like me and just laugh at it." And at the time I was living in Minnesota, when I went back to Minnesota and was calling high school football, and I don't know, I said, "Hey, there's a come and go 20 minutes away from me." Never knew it was here, but I know about it now.
But did you get a t-shirt?
I did not. I didn't realize that they had t-shirts. Did you?
They know that it's funny. Like, they market that crap so hard, but they have come and go merch everywhere. Yeah,
fun story is this one. She's the lead singer, so she has special needs. And we drove coming back from Rocklahoma, coming into Pennsylvania. I forget where we were. We were in like St. Louis or something like that, and we drove 35 miles out of our way because she saw a sign for this come and go. And
I wanted a t-shirt.
It was literally just for a t-shirt. So the ride back was about 23 hours as opposed to 20.
You're already out for 40 hours. What's another one?
I know, right, exactly. I know, right? Hey, you only get like, we don't have them here. So it's like, it's fun. It's adventurous. We have Turkey Hills and Sheets where we are, and Wawas. So, oh, I got excited about Circle K too, because of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. So
well, if you guys come through Illinois, or if you stop here in Springfield, there are 1,000 Circle Ks.
It's the little things in life, Ryan. It's the little things in life.
Yeah, exactly. I love that. So again, you guys, Running from Ghost, the new single out April 4th is when we're going to have it in there. Spotlight again, 8:30 for us here, and then 9:30 out east. Where can everybody follow both of you on the socials? The band is very good at getting stuff out there. You were very good at teasing this single. I got a lot of good laughs out of it, talking about teasing and foreplay and everything else that's out there. So where can everybody follow you guys on the socials and the band?
Everywhere. Just look us up: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're working on our TikTok game right now. We're not too well versed in it like some of the other people, but I personally hate TikTok, but I know it's important for the band aspect. Yeah. I like force myself to do it. But yeah, you type in Eternal Frequency anywhere on Google, will show up.
Yeah, it's that simple. So again, April 4th, Running from Ghost is on. It's the new single out now. There's more stuff coming up, video coming up. So Emelle and Justin, thank you both so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you so much for having us.